Hi my loves, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the importance of understanding the ebbs and flow of life. That comes with also being able to understand the lows. I know sometimes the down phases of life, the depressive stages, the low moments can seem so bad and so low, to the point where it can be very easy to fall into victim mentality and anger and anxiety. I know because I've been there multiple times throughout my life, and I feel like I've entered a stage in my life where I've learned through experience, and I want to share with you guys what I found helped to free me in a way and helped me to best know how to navigate times of very deep stress, times of very deep sadness / depression, and just overall hardship. So one of the major things we need to recognize here, you guys, is that in this earth, there's going to be ups and downs. That's just how things work here. And I know we've all heard it before and probably are sick and tired of hearing it, but everything is constantly changing, okay? Everything is. I'm not gonna sit here to you and tell you that sometimes the lows are justified, because sometimes they're not. Sometimes we're going to deal with major loss, sometimes to the point where it can't be explained, sometimes to the point where it's just not fair to you as a person, and certain things just cannot be rationally to the human mind explained fully. Some things, you guys, you have to be okay with not fully understanding. I know the egos need to understand and be in control and fully understand why some things have to happen. I know that can be very difficult for the ego to process, but I would say that one of the things that helped me the most was just knowing that sometimes you don't really have to understand everything. You're okay to just sometimes just let things be. I know that's easier said than done, especially when you're dealing with major pain and loss. But sometimes you just have to understand that we live in a world of constant transformation. We're constantly dealing with death around us, whether it be physical death of people, whether it be death of certain relationships, patterns, old ways of being, old, identities. It's a constant renewal here. And I know it's very hard to sometimes move past that and understand that. But it's life. It's life, you guys. And believe it or not, there's actual beauty in that. There's actual beauty in constant transformation, because it gives you the opportunity as a person to constantly rebuild yourself. I know right now, if you're going through a time of major loss and pain, you probably don't want to hear it. You're probably sick and tired of hearing it, like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to grow stronger from this, whatever. But you guys, if you allow yourself to stay, okay, so imagine life like a constant, like, not circle, but like ups and downs. There's ups and there's downs. So I guess, yeah, imagine it like a circle. Like you go up and then you come down and go up. So imagine, you guys, if you stay at the down and you don't want to move from there because you're just stuck. You're just in a state where you're like, I don't understand why this is happening. I'm gonna hold on to this forever. I'm never moving on. I'm never going to get over this. If you put yourself in that mentality, you're going to stay there for years. I'm laughing because I've been there before, and it's excruciating pain. No one is going to come save you if you don't get yourself out of this low. No one is. Not friends, no one around you. I know that sounds very dark. Of course, support helps. But at the end of the day, it's about what you do for yourself, right? What are you implementing in your life to make yourself feel whole and complete and better? If you stay here and you are unable to move forward, you're going to stay there for years if you allow yourself for that to happen. I know it's a really sad realization, you guys, and I know I'm not here telling you like if you're going through something, get over it already and just go back towards the up. That's not how it works, right? You have to process, you have to give yourself time, but eventually you're the master of telling yourself, okay, I need to start incorporating ways in which I can move forward. Because you guys, everything is a constant up and down, okay? Everything is, we all know this, in relationships, in life, in your own personal development, you're going to deal with lows and you're going to deal with setbacks sometimes, but how do you move past it? What are you doing to, in the long run, to overcome things, to grow as a person? If you're going through a period right now in your life where you lost everything, or at least it feels that way, this is actually a very powerful time for you, because this is a time of reinvention. You guys, I'll tell you something, and I had this download, I think last week, and it hasn't left my mind, and I think that's why I wanted to record this specific video today. You guys, when you're evolving as a person, and when you're actually putting in the work for your own personal development and growth, and you set the intention of, these are my expectations, I want better for myself, I want loving people around me, I want a loving relationship. When you finally allow yourself to expect more out of life, to actually want good things for yourself because you know you deserve them, when you set down that intention and you're actually putting in the work for it around you, you're doing self-care, taking care of yourself, you're honoring your needs, life just has a way, you guys, of getting rid of everything around you that no longer matches with that intention. The moment you set that intention with the universe, which by the way immediately becomes a spell, you start radiating and embodying the frequency of that desire. And when things around you don't align to that frequency anymore, they just fall off. And this is when pain comes in, because you start losing things and you start asking yourself, what is wrong with me? Why are these things not work? Why is this not doing it for me like it once did? It's because you're no longer resonating with it. That's what comes with growth. That's what comes with enlightenment. That's what comes with spiritual awakening. A lot of the times people love to glamorize awakening and growth. Don't get me wrong, it's absolutely beautiful, you guys. And I want everyone to experience it, because in the long run and at an inner heart level, it's absolutely worth it in every way possible. But it comes with letting go of the old. And that's what a lot of people just can't move past. A lot of people don't want to put in the work because they don't want to lose what's around them. What's around them keeps them comfortable. They know it's dysfunctional, but they just can't let it go. They're comfortable. Some people, you guys, they don't want to put in the work. And that's not your issue. Let me tell you something. If you've been putting in the work by yourself, for your life, you don't have to worry about anything. Things and people that are aligned with that desire are going to come to you naturally. That's just how it works, you guys. Energy, like attracts like. If you're dysfunctional and you deep down kind of know it, that comes with shadow work. Shadow work is not just, all fun and games. No, sometimes you're gonna have to take a look at those sides of yourself, aspects of yourself that you're like, oh shit, this is not working. That's probably why I attracted this or whatever, right? Like attracts like. What are you attracting? Everyone is a mirror of us, you guys. Every person we attract into our lives projects to us and mirrors to us something about ourselves. That's how it works. Because we're constantly attracting experiences. We're constantly attracting people and situations and thoughts that resonate with what we are embodying. If you believe and you know you are worthy of a good partner, of a good relationship, of a harmonious relationship, of a good job, of good mental health, you're going to attract that your way in its own little ways, and eventually you'll start feeling better. But if you're not doing that, you guys, and you're in this state of just anger, resentment, fear, you think you don't deserve better, you feel guilty, that doesn't serve you in the long run. That is going to keep you stuck in a dark hole. And when I say you can stay there for years, you can stay there for years, you guys. No one is going to come save you but yourself. No one is. Again, a lot of things around you can help if you give them the chance to, if you let them into your life. For example, motivational speeches on YouTube, this video, reading, scripting, whatever resonates with you. There are plenty of things out there that can help you in your path, but you have to allow for them to do so. And you have to take that advice, and you have to let it process, and you have to do the work. Doing the work sometimes is not easy, but it's very worth it. And again, how does doing the work look like? Inner child healing. Okay, I recommend you watch my inner child healing video if you have not already. I'm going to link it down into the description, because I believe that everything goes back to the inner child. Everything does. If you haven't addressed the core issue, everything is going to go back to that. Okay? Addressing guilt, addressing why you don't feel deserving. You want to address the core issue. Why? Why don't you feel deserving? You want to address all of those things so that you step into a place of, okay, you know what? I deserve good things. Period. So I'm going to do the work to get those things. I'm going to allow myself to feel. I'm going to write, and I'm going to do things in my life that raise my vibration, even though sometimes you have to force yourself. Sometimes it's not going to come naturally. Sometimes you're going to have to push yourself. But hey, you have the capability of building healthy habits, you guys. It's not going to come easy at first. Remember, I think it takes 21 days or something to build a habit. If you're in this habit of loving the wrong person, okay, someone that treats you bad, or you're in this habit of a codependency with a substance, or, you know, whatever the case may be, bad self-talk or whatever, you once upon a time made that a habit. You didn't come here with that being a habit. You made that a habit somehow. Maybe because you felt unworthy, whatever the case, right? You made that a habit once upon a time, which means you can unmake it and make something else a habit, but you have to replace that habit with a good one. You get me? Don't do yourself the disservice of replacing it with another unhealthy one, because it's just gonna become a cycle. You have to replace that energy with something good and keep being persistent so that it becomes a habit, becomes part of you. And little by little, you can move forward and you can overcome the downs. And it doesn't mean, you guys, that we're going to stop experiencing downs in our lives. It doesn't mean that. But you can learn how to better navigate them, and you can learn to view them as beautiful experiences deep down, where you can grow, transform for the best. Okay? I know you are fully capable of building a beautiful life for yourself, a life where you fully nurture yourself, understand yourself, and allow yourself the place to thrive. Take this as your sign that you deserve to be happy. You deserve to implement ways and habits in your life in which you can go about feeling more nurtured, feeling more understood, feeling more comfortable, and it all just goes back to giving that to yourself. I love you, and I will see you next time.